stayed for 3 months.
Yeah.
So I stayed there with the whole Brahmananda posse, and Sharon and David would come out some weekends, and I did like tree surgery and cleaning the grounds and washing the floor, and spent, it must have been like October, November, December. Then I moved into Williamsburg, and then I taught from a studio in Williamsburg, and then went to Jiva classes. So I say to people, once you finish teacher training, that doesn't make you a teacher. Go and assist someone. Go and assist someone.
Yeah.
Go and be a shadow. Just shadow someone. You must realize the concept of guru shishya doesn't exist for them.
No.
Modern yoga, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You have a teacher until you find another teacher.
Yeah, and you just move on, and then you move on again, you move on again.
My teacher,
yeah.
my teacher. I still phone up my first teacher.
Yeah.
My first two teachers, I had two teachers who were two women. They were both black. They were both from South London. And then there was Hamish, and I still phone Hamish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it makes a lot of sense.
I really honestly got disheartened about it, and I don't know what to do yet. I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, I was just thinking like
I'm still go over it in my head. What I'll probably do is take people like you and take people like I know who are into yoga and just do a small group on 500 hours.
I just want to say, because that's
concentrate on doing more advanced stuff.
Exactly. I
concentrate
think that's
on doing like more philosophy, more pranayama, more meditation.
Yeah.
Obviously have a sequence and build an advanced sequence.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking about giving up 200 hours.
Yeah, I think that's
if people wanted to pay me to do part of 200 hours, I would do it as a one-off, but not my own thing.
Yeah.
And then just keep lobbying, keep saying to Yoga Alliance and other people, this is wrong. This is wrong. What you're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
What you're doing is completely discrediting the whole profession.
Yeah.
If it is a profession, I don't even see it as a profession. I see it as a spiritual path, and you're discrediting that whole spiritual path for me. And I wish you'd stop doing it. And please tell the insurance companies you don't want them.
Yeah.
You know, one thought. You know, in Jiva, in Ashtanga, when we were in Mysore, if you could finish primary series and you could drop back, you could ask Guruji for permission to teach, which means he would grant you permission to teach primary series, right? And after 10 years, you could apply to be a fully certified teacher. So I even thought of like having 2 or 3 different gradings of doing 200 hour. 1, you're a fully qualified 200 hour teacher. 2, you attended, but, and 3, you just basically failed, but got a certificate. You attended. There was 3 gradings I had in my mind. And the first one was basically the guru's approval to teach, was the full pass.
Yeah.
But when I approached and talked to people in Yoga Alliance about it, said, "Oh, you can't do that because the insurance companies, even if you just give them a certificate of attendance, they'll still insure them."
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll say, you know, John Smith attended East London School of Yoga's 200-hour teacher training, signed Stewart Gilchrist. And then he'll go and present that to an insurance company and get insured on it. And they said that would work, that would be fine. So I didn't think what to do. And I actually say to them now, don't be under the misapprehension or the delusion that this is enough to make you a teacher.
Nah, it's like,
I've been doing this for 20 odd years and I still don't think I'm a good enough teacher. You know what I mean? I still aspire to be as good as some of the teachers I know.
Yeah.
Who have been teaching for 40 years, 50 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
because you remember your teachers, you know, like you.
Yeah, they don't. No, that's the whole thing about modern yoga.
Yeah.
There's no. I will never ever forget the first people who taught me yoga. Never.
No, me too.
Because they lifted some darkness out of my life.
Yeah.
Totally. And David lifted it. Sharon lifted it.
Yeah.
You know, to the extent that you know, it got me out of even though I was still practicing, it got me away from drug dealing, you know.
Yeah.
You can still sell drugs and do yoga, you know.
Yeah, of course, easy.
You know what I mean? You can still participate in life and have a yoga practice. So that was like my final step. Like even in 2003, a lot of my friends were still involved in rave culture and business and doing things. You know? And I decided 2 years before that, like that was it. I'm never going back to that again ever. And I'm just going to do yoga. And I say this, I don't say this arrogantly, but I was talking to the photographer today about this, and he gave up he did economics at Oxford, and he gave up economics to do photography, to be a photographer. And there's thousands of photographers in the fashion world. And he just said, I wanted to do something I love. And he's a Black African guy from Cote d'Ivoire. And I said, do you know what? But it's the same in yoga. If you give up for something you love and just keep doing it because you love it, you don't have to worry about money. Money will come to you. Money will come. If you go into something which a lot of modern yoga teachers are doing and say, I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. I want to be a yoga teacher, but I have to make an income. So I'll do 10 classes a week and I'll do a workshop. If you go into it with that attitude, it doesn't work.
No.
You'll not make any money, and you'll just end up frustrated.
Well, it's a very impure attention, and intention anyway, isn't it?
Totally impure, and the karmic imprint of it.
Like dirty.
You know? And remember, karma is purity, isn't it? So purity and impurity is karma and bad karma. So all I thought was, I'm going to get as good as I can at this and study as much as I can. So I'd sit there with sutras, I'd sit there with texts. I'd go with. I used to do 3 classes a day, and I give people. Don't tell anyone I told you that. But I still give people into trouble for doing 2 classes a day. And I say, look, if you've got nothing else to do, go for a walk in the woods. But you don't need to do asanas twice a day. I used to do it 3 times a day.
I remember.
I used to sneak in, and the teacher would say, "You're at Jennifer's this morning."
What the hell are you doing here?
They'd be like that to me. They'd be tutting at me, and I'd be like that. I feel pretty hypocritical telling other people not to do it. I wanted, in my mind, in Iyengar yoga, it says the more you do this, the better you'll get at it, and it's all relative of how many hours you put in to how good you get at it. So I thought, I'll keep putting in the hours and keep getting better at it, and just see how good I can get, and just keep improving. And I never ever once thought about how I was going to make money. People just come up to and say, "Hey, I heard about you. Do you want to come and work for me?" I've never ever advertised myself. I was to that guy today as well. I've never ever promoted myself. I never ever have had a presence on myself on social media. I've done it because I was forced to do it. And I don't do it myself. Someone else.
No, you were saying that you have people.
And I don't ever promote myself on YouTube or on anything else. If there's videos or recordings of me, it's because I did them for a favor of someone else who deserved them. You know what I mean? And that sort of, what's the word? Viral sort of underground viral is much better. Can you remember when you went to raves when you were younger and you come out the rave all sweaty in the morning and there'd be a big line of people handing out flyers?
You
went home and you have a drink and a joint and you throw down all the flyers. And then you just put them all in the bin. You never read them, did you?
No, it's true.
You never went to any of the parties. You started a big load of flyers for DJs and parties. And it's yoga nowadays. If you go online and you see all these yoga teachers and they're this is my workshop, this is my class, this is
totally. I mean, it's especially now in the pandemic time, it's like I always say it's like the wild west, man. Like it's just like
exactly what it is. And Instagram, there must be 1,000 of those flyers.
This is the thing.
Every morning you must see thousands of those flyers. How many people pay attention? I've never been one of those flyers, thank God. So the only way, if you want to be a good teacher, the best way to do it is, Carol's a good teacher. I went to Carol's class, try her. It's word of mouth and people
absolutely. I have that now. Like I have someone who found me, I think, on Instagram, and he's CAT student. He did CATS TT, and now he's bringing in all these other guys from his training, and it's great because it's like, and that's also how. I mean, I changed my mindset as well, but I've never been a full-time teacher because I always wanted to, like, I'm a vegan chef, so I was cooking, and then I was also teaching, and I always have other projects going on, and that's also what I want it to be, because I love teaching so much that,
It's just, I think what you do is, I actually tell a lot of people now, don't try and do just yoga, because when I phased my legal stuff out, I used to work in advice centers and give legal advice on immigration and civil liberties and human rights. So I did that voluntarily for quite a while, because I thought, well, I spent 6 years studying law and I became a lawyer. I might as well give people legal advice. And then I realized, like, the way my head works is, like, if you look at that bookshelf there that you can't see, there's literally 500, 1,000 books, and there's like degrees and postgraduate, but now it's all just yoga. And I worked out, it's like I had to give up doing martial arts, Tai Chi. I did Qi Kong, Tai Chi, Qi Chung. And I said, I'm not doing any of that anymore. I just want to do one thing. So that's the way my mind works. Whereas a lot of people say, I want to be a yoga teacher. And I was like, yeah, well, don't give up your day job. Keep doing something else that you really love, because there's so many people in that business now. It's very hard to make a living. You don't make much money on classes. Like in studios in London, you're lucky to make 70, 80 pounds on a class. And if you do 10 a week, you pay a third of that in tax, and it's not much more than the minimum wage. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to be rich from doing it. I'm in a very fortunate position in that I've sort of, the one thing to remember is, if you're a good teacher, that's all that matters. Just be a good teacher. Be a good teacher.
That's the best advice ever.
And good teachers will always prosper. And good teachers will always have people come to them.
That's beautiful.
Teacher, no one will come to you. And
you
might make money for a while. You might make a living out of it for a while, but you won't for very long, because no one will come to your classes. And if you're a good teacher, and that might mean sticking to your own principles and your own morals, it'll work for you.
Because have you had your own, because I know you are like East London School of Yoga, but is that also a physical space too? Like, have you had your own studio?
I built my own studio. I spent 60,000 euros in a studio in my back garden.
Wow.
I've got a wicked studio.
Oh, that's super nice.
It's small. It's 36 meters square, and I don't teach more than 3 or 4 people in it at once.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
I only do like small groups. That's what I was saying about the teacher training. I think maybe a small group, maybe doing 2 or 3 small groups all the time.
In that space, that's amazing.
Say there's 8 or 10 of you, and then that's it. And then you walk through it for 2 years. And then I could do small groups of 8 or 10 instead of one big group of 30. And then you can come here and do 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s. Practice teaching each other. And now we can do it online as well. So I'm trying to work out how to restructure all that and use my space a lot more.
Because that's amazing if you have that.
And then I do 6 classes at Indaba. And then that's all my public classes. You know, when I was doing it seriously for the first 4 years of Georgie's life and the first 8 years of teaching, I taught 7 days a week for 8 years, and I taught 28 classes a week.
Wow.
That's how I got good at it. That's how I got enough training to keep me going, and enough experience of learning different sequence and different synchronizations and different vinyasa and different terminology in the glossary of yoga, and so I could study. But I went from 28 plus my privates, 28 public classes. Now I only do 6 public classes. And then the rest of the stuff I do is privates, and I try to study a lot more myself. I do my own practice every morning, but I have a sort of routine for it varies. Some mornings I sit here and I go through Sanskrit flashcards and try and teach myself more Sanskrit. Some days I go through, at the moment I'm doing Samkhya Karika, Samkhya philosophy with Dr. Philip Mass.
Nice.
I've just finished 10 weeks with him. 10 sessions with him. And so I choose, like I did Jason Birch. I do lots of different philosophy things with academic teachers who I find quite annoying. Academic yoga quite annoying. That's the next big thing, by the way. Yogic studies is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Because all these people